Okay, so in this tutorial today, we're going to learn how to change the templates in ProPresenter. So what I've done here is I'm just on a schedule right now because it's sometimes the easiest way, and I think the only way to do it is to be in a song. So right now we've got a song here, and so this song already has a template assigned to it. And so in order to create or change a template, you need to right click on one of the slides and then select template. This is how you would change it for only that one slide because it's only selected in that one box right here. Nothing else is selected, so if I put a different template on it, you wouldn't be able to see it anyways. So maybe I will do it on this one. So if I change the template on this one with only this one selected, and I do lyric styles, let's do Helvetica 60, you'll see what happened there. But this still has a different template on it. So in order to change the template for the entire song, you have to select a slide, and then if you press Command A, it actually selects everything in that one document. So you can see, I'll just close the video image bin by doing that so we can see the full song. But if I, now that everything is selected, if I change the template to lyric styles, let's change it to Helvetica lower third just so it's a drastic change. You can see that it changed it to everything. Now this is not something that we would really use, so if we wanted to actually create a completely different template than one that we have, we could go to lyric styles, because typically we'd be creating a template for the lyric styles, and we can create, if we add a slide to the template group, it will actually add a slide to it, and we can then create our template in that slide. So if I do that, now if I look at the template group by going to lyric styles, it's actually added all of those slides that are selected. So that's not what we want to do, but that's an error that could easily happen. So in order to correct that, what we would do is we would go to edit template group, and you'll see that it looks very similar to how the how a song looks when we click the editor button, and that's what it's doing, is it's using the song editor, this up here, to edit the content. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually select all of those, and we're going to delete them because we don't need them. So I'm going to select all of them by doing Command A. Then I'm going to save the top number of them that we like, and that's up to Helvetica 60. Then I'll delete those. So now if I wanted to create a new template from scratch, what I would do is in this group, which is the lyric styles group, I would select plus, and this gives me the option I can label it. So I will call this one Montserrat 60, and I don't need to save that label because it's only going to be used this one time for this one document. And so now you'll see that it's created there. So then what I can do is I can change the font here with this box selected here. I go to the font styles, and then I take a look for Montserrat, and that's why I called it that. Was Montserrat is a good clean looking font. And then again, what I can do is I can change the size of it up to, I said 60 because that seems to be a good size. And then what you can also do is you can stretch the box by grabbing it by the different handles, stretching it out so it looks even across everything. And then what's also very handy to do and a good idea is to add an outline to the font, because that helps to make it stand out. So right now our font is white in color here, and it's got a white outline. Now that's not going to help us because the font is white and the outline is white. So what I would recommend is if we click this outline button here, this color selector, it opens this color selector here. And then if we do a black outline, then what it will do is when we put it on a background, it'll give a nice outline for the text to sit against the background off of. So that's one thing that we can do here. So I recommend always having an outline on it, and then you can also change how wide your text is. So if I put some text in here, text text, then it also will allow us to kind of see what happens with it. So we can change the line spacing. I believe this is called kerning. So this is how wide the text is. Or we can also change the height. So I'm going to do a second line here just so that we can see what it looks like. And you can also see as you can drag it around like that, and it gives actually some rulers and some guide marks that this would be the center of the slide where that cross is. And you get that by kind of just dragging it around, and you go, oh, I found the center section there, and then if I just drag straight down, then it almost snaps to that spot. Now with this test text, I should have created a different name for it because that's difficult to say. But with this test text, I can also adjust the height of the lines between each other. So you'll see that they are going closer and further apart. So those are just different features that you can put into your template. Okay, so if we're happy with this, we can delete that text so that it doesn't, so that it's not there, or we can put it back. And you can always undo things by pressing Command Z. So if I leave it like that, then I believe my template will be two text lines high, and if I exit this, and now with this when I survey song, with all of them selected, if I right click and I go to template, lyric styles, there's now a new one in my lyric styles, the Montserrat that I created. If I click that, then now I've got a new template with a Montserrat font with a black outline, and the font is size 60. Now you'll see that some of the line breaks are a little bit off. So we can go back and we can actually edit our template, the whole template itself, if we go to Edit Template Group. Now we can go down here and I can say, I wish that was maybe a little bit wider. Or maybe if the font was just a little bit smaller, and I make it maybe 56, and then I exit that. And then if I reapply it here by going Template, Lyric Styles, Montserrat 60, now the font is, the lines are breaking in a nicer spot. So that's one way to do it. And then what we can do is we'll put a background on it just so that we can see the advantage of doing the outline of the black, because it just, you can sort of see it right around there. It just helps to give a bit of additional contrast. So you can do it that way to edit the songs and the templates for the songs. So one thing that's going to happen though is because I edited this to have the template of Montserrat 60, Rise Again is having a different template. I believe it's on Arial 60, or Helvetica 60 I should say. So I can edit this one by selecting one slide, and I can Command A to select all of the slides. They've got the blue outline on them. Now if I right click Template, Lyric Styles, Montserrat at 60. Now they'll change, and you'll see that the line breaks maybe didn't work out quite as nicely on this slide. But that's how you can create templates for your different slides. You can use different fonts and different spacing, etc. But if it looks like your slides aren't all uniformly formatted, that's where you would go to change it. So I'm just going to Command A, undo that slide. And I'm going to show you one other thing that you can do with a template, which can be helpful. And that is, I'll do this one here. If I edit my template group, so I go Template, Lyric Styles, Edit Template Group. And if I go down here, and if I copy this template, and if I paste it, then it gives me another one here. And what I can do with this is, if you have a background that's maybe not giving enough contrast, then what we can do is, if we click this button here, it adds a shape to the layer. And what we do is we would stretch it out to cover maybe all of the slide if you wanted to, or just a portion of the slide. And we can so we can have it cover all of the slide or a portion of the slide. And you'll see here on this button here, it gives you the order of what's on top. And right now the shape element is on the top layer, so we actually want to put it underneath so that the text sits there. And then what we can do is, by selecting the shape element and going to this menu item here, you can change the opacity, which is just how see-through that layer is, and it just adds an additional layer of contrast. So with that fill color, with this box selected and the fill color of white, we can also change it to be a different thing. So say we do, a red background, we change the opacity there, so it's adds a different layer, another layer of contrast. Or even sometimes a black is nice to do, because that just white and black are very contrasting colors. So if we put that black box around there, now if I use this, and I'm going to relabel this template so that it'll be Montserrat black box, and we're not going to save it again. But if we do this, then if I grab a background that's very prominent in white, so maybe this one here, where if I put this on top of it, it would be very difficult to actually read the contrast and read the lyrics because of the contrast. But if I use the different template with my Montserrat black box, now I still get the beauty of that image, and that white image, but you can also clearly see the text on top of it. And so that's two ways. There's the outline on the font itself, as well as the semi-opaque box that's adding an additional layer of separation. So those are just some ways that you can use the templates in ProPresenter. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful for you today.